Hi, Len. Hey there, love. Oh, I love you. Oh, you're going to bed early. Oh, you've clicked the notice button. Oh, hopefully you'll be awake. I don't know. Don't know if you're there or not. Let me know if you're there. Oh, dear me. I don't know what I'm going to do this morning. A bit of madness. I was thinking I would just be talking to myself. But as I usually do, it's what I mostly do on these live streams. I don't expect anyone to be there anymore. Nobody's paying attention to anything that matters. I don't really matter, though. Of course I don't matter. Not in the larger scheme of things. It's all okay, isn't it? Everything's perfectly fine. Everything's wonderful. Yes, it's lovely, isn't it? Superb job, really, isn't it? My eyes look funny, don't they? Isn't my complexion beautiful? You know what? I'm going to change my hat. I'll put the blue one on. This one seems to have a too long fringe. It's shadowing the whole of my face. You can't see my face. Oh, look at my silver hair. Isn't that beautiful? Yay! Silver hair. The Silver Surfer strikes again. That's a bit better, isn't it? I don't know why. This looks a bit better in blue. Prefer blue anyway. I'm not a great lover of MAGA hats anyway, or MAGA people. Making America shit again. Masha. Making America shit again. Masha, that's what I should say. Dear me. What am I doing? What am I talking about? There you are then. Put you on screen in case you disappear later on. Sometimes to get rid of the chat later on, it just disappears. Anyway, right, I shall forward and let's read a little bit about this. Remember the National Health Service? It was saying that all its beds were full during COVID and all that lot. Had to hide from the public the glaring fact that the war zone hospitals were near empty, in fact. Yes, empty. This came about for two main reasons. There was no COVID 19 war zone pandemic bringing hospitals to their knees. And two, almost all non COVID 19 treatment operations and hospital consultations had been cancelled to protect medical staff from being overwhelmed. Oh, yeah. On that basis, how could hospitals be anything except near empty? And the same was happening all over the world. Hospitals were defended and controlled by security staff, with the few patients that were in hospitals denied visitors because of COVID 19 rules. Because they would see that the war zone hospitals were near empty. This meant that children were dying in hospital from conditions, blah blah blah, without the mum and dad there, blah 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 blah. It's breathtaking, isn't it? The skullduggery that's gone on. A German journalist gained entry to one of these places at the Universität Medicine in Berlin, one of Europe's largest university hospitals, and found that it was empty. Wonderful. See? There you go, it's all in this new book. Quite a good little book, this one. The answer. Maybe like. I don't know whether I should be reading this on the live stream, it might get deleted. I don't think I bothered with a live stream. You say quite a lot on live streams, I think. Mind you, I probably won't do now that I've said that. Well, except a few other things. Pretty hard hitting things over the decades or whatever. Hello there, mate. Nice to see you, my dear. Lovely to see anyone of any spiritual persuasion in. You know, it's good to see you, mate. Would you like to come up on screen and have a chat? Let me know if you do, and I'll put the link in. I won't bother putting the link in unless someone requests to come up. I can't be bothered doing it, to be honest. But if you do, if you're interested, let me know. And I'll put the link up and we can have a chat on screen and talk about whatever you like. Talk about Ephesians, St. Paul's epistle to the Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. Very impressive, that one. That's a good scripture. A very, very good one indeed. Yeah, and the following one's a good one as well. The next verse, very interesting. Yeah, I think you'll know that one actually. Anyway, have a look. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Check that one out for yourself. Anyway. Yeah, the answer, yeah, absolutely. Have you read the answer? Seen a bit of that, mate? You had a peruse of it? It's quite a fairly newish book. It's got a couple more out since then. One's called The Trap, I've got that one as well. And another one's called The Dream, that's his latest one. I've got that one as well. I've got a lot of backlog of reading to do because I haven't got up to speed with them all. I've had a big lots of trouble in the hospital where I'm at. It's not good, as you can see. There's the wonderful telltale mirror there. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the most idiot person on YouTube today? Probably me, according to them. But what do they know? What do they know of my little troubles and all the struggles I have trying to get anything out of this crazy situation I'm in, to get any sensibility together at all in my mind. I'm having to take disgusting mind-dumbing drugs, and they are beginning to affect me. So if I start going a bit off the wall, they just put me on drugs, some new improved, super smart drugs. Super smart, super shit. That's what they are. Anyway, never mind. That's what I'm going through at the moment. Yeah, I need to keep the armour on, absolutely, mate. Absolutely correct. That's alluding to the, verse 13, that's correct. Ephesians 7, chapter 6. Yeah, excellent, mate. No, they don't know as much as me. There's some thickness out there, isn't there? There's incredible thickness. If you notice the density of people, they really are. You've got to sort of tap, give them a bit of a tap, see if there's anything solid up there. And it's very large, so if you do give them a little tap, you say, excuse me, sir, I'd just like to see if there's anyone at home. And just lean over and gently tap them on the bombs. Quite often they'll recoil and go, oh dear, how dare you insult me. And you really are not. You just wanted to see if there's anyone at all there. And of course, often there's not. It's patently obvious that there's absolutely nobody there whatsoever. It's incredible, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so there we go. Dublin comes back. Nice to see you. Nice to see everyone, It's wonderful. Everyone's Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm a bit muffled. I'm muffled with a cold, actually, as well. Is that a bit better? I've got a bit of a blocked nose. I've got all tissues at the ready, plenty of tissue. The blow me conk if I need to in a bit. We call it a conk in England. I don't know whether you use that word, conk. Actually, I had a friend at school we were a bit cruel to. He had a rather long nose, and I made a joke one time. I said, I upset him actually. If you ever mentioned his nose, he'd freak out. One time he threw his trumpet at the wall. We were in the music group. I used to play trombone at the time. I first started on trombone and then went over to the trumpet because I got sick of doing the bass clef. So anyway, one day someone mentioned his nose. I don't know whether it was me, I can't remember. And he threw his trumpet at the wall, and it all concertinaed at the end. It all squashed up at the end, his trumpet. Perfectly good school trumpet, ruined it. We straightened it out, it still worked. Didn't actually sound bad, actually. Doesn't seem to affect the sound of your dent trumpets and that. I suppose it does, technically, but it doesn't seem to affect it that much. I suppose it would, Anyway, never mind that. But I used to have a joke, which I wouldn't say in front of him, and that was, oh, Malcolm, you always see him 15 minutes before he comes round the side of the door. You see the tip of his nose or something, 10 minutes before, or 5 minutes or something like that. The joke went. It's a bit rude. Never mind. They're cruel, actually. Shouldn't say that. But some people, it's just a phenomenon of life. If I only ever got called big nose or something like that, I might be renowned for. I mean, that would be a lot better than the things I've been called in my life. I've been called all kinds of shades of shit of people. It's incredible, really. Anyway, never mind. Can you hear all right, by the way? Yeah. I was a bit muffled, I suppose. I feel a bit muffled. I feel all muffled up with the cold. I might blow me conch, actually. Talking of the conch. Yeah, we used to call him privately behind his back. We used to call him Concord. Because a conch's a nose, right? That's the British parlance for that slang term. A conch. So we used to call him Concord because that was the plane. You remember the dippy nose plane? Back in the day, the supersonic plane. It was a big thing in the 70s. Yeah, which I'm sort of speaking of. I'm showing my age again, which of course is very ancient. I'm actually 63 years old and I'm about to have another birthday shortly, which I'm dreading. I'm dreading people singing the awful Beatles song at me. It's terrible shit. I hate the Beatles. I can't stand them. I don't like much popular music. I do like the odd good song that kept through. Even the old Beatles one was rather spectacular a couple of times. But it's old hat. Everything's been old overplayed. So I don't like listening to Beatles or anything like that. I don't actually like them as a phenomenon either. I think they're stuffed up people, just pumped up, thinking they know it all, and they didn't have a bloody clue most of the time. Anyway, never mind. Anyway, what am I ranting on for? It's jealousy, isn't it? No, it's not. I wouldn't want their fame and fortune. Stuff that. I'm not slightly interested in any of that bullshit. I never want to be a success at all. I like being an abject failure. It's tremendous. Yeah, I just soldier on, you know. Anyway, no one's in now. It's all very good. Plus, I'm still muffling. I'm going to blow my con. Right, everyone's gone. That's grand. Lovely job. Right. Oh boy, honestly. Oh, dear me. I don't know if anyone's enjoying this music. But this is an old jam session I had with my art therapist about, oh, I don't know, it's about 5 years ago. No, it's 20. It says on the CD box, it's on the CD, it's 2017. So that's a long time ago, isn't it? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's 6 years ago. You know, I've been in hospital for 7 years. This is my art therapist, and myself playing 7 years ago. It's just random stuff, you know. They're quite good for background. There's no copyright bullshit issues and all that lot, because it's our music, you know. Yeah, I quite like that riff we did then. I should make that into a tune, proper tune, really. One of these days, maybe. I don't know. A lot of things could happen one of these days, but they never will. So it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, so crazy world, right? Anyway, I've had enough of staring at myself. There we go. Oh dear me, I've got a cup of tea here, amazingly. Actually got a cup of tea ready for myself. Oh, nice. And some water. All set up. And now I've just run out of steam. I can't think of anything to say. Isn't that marvellous? Out of all the words in the lexicon, I can't think of a damn thing to say. Isn't that absolutely stupendously marvellous? Hold the front page. Yay. When did the front page ever say anything of value, eh? Very rarely. If ever. 100% fear now, isn't it? Yep. Well, 2% slight information, very so slight. The rest total bullshit and garbage. Fear. Absolute shite. I've been doing it all my life, and all the time I've been watching them. I knew it instinctively. Now I know it for a fact, cast iron fact. It's all bullshit, the whole fucking lot of it. Whole panoply of news and news promulgation and shit. I watched a few John Pilger films over the years. They certainly level things out nicely, put the record straight. Yeah, fascinating film is called Stealing a Nation, about the Chagos Islands in the Pacific, where they wanted an American base on it. It was a British protectorate, and the British gave it to the Americans, gifted it to them. They drove the indigenous people off the land. They even gassed their dogs in gas vans like the Nazis. It's absolutely disgusting because they used the dogs for fishing, to break the spirit of the people, as it were. It's absolutely disgusting behaviour. This is what we find. When the truth is told and the truth is out there, it's just difficult to find, that's all. That's why I buy me Ike books and stuff. He's pretty much spot on. Almost everything he says I can agree with. Even partially agree with well, certainly the cold-bloodedness. The bloodline business, the lizard lizardified, folk. They're not folk, are they? Fockers. Meet the Fockers. Meet the Fookers. All of the Fockers, aren't they? I think I'll leave it, you know. I'm a bit washed up tonight. I'm going to leave it because everyone's asleep. Well, I don't know. I might leave it a bit longer. Why not? I'll leave it a bit longer. I might cheer up in a bit. I don't know. I might get something together. Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely insane. Remember when we were told that the hospitals were full to bursting in the middle of COVID? Not as if we're out of it. We're still in it, aren't we? We're still in the COVID fucking tyranny. All the shit going on all the time. It's all backed by the fear factor of the COVID menace. Yeah, it shouldn't appear to be such a menace if you were actually visiting a hospital during the heights of it, where the hospitals were actually empty. One poor chap went round photographing hospitals that were purely empty, almost completely empty, and got jailed for 3 months for exposing it on Facebook and stuff like that, for posting the photographs. It just shows you, how they're just ready to promulgate the fear and the bullshit. It's absolutely incredible shit going on. It's absolutely totally wrong. It's evil. And you have the World Health Organization, what is it called? Some stupid event, McCartney, Jagger and people like that. Arseholes, pontificating, singing their awful songs. Dreadful shit going on. As they put the gloss on it, it's all Bill Gates and stuff like that behind it. People like that. World Economic shit. All that kind of shite. Anyway, never mind. It's all grand, isn't it? Right, anyway, I'll just have a little rest. No one's in. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at the Matrix curtains. Look. See, I've got the Matrix curtains there. Look. Perfect Matrix. Might have to plug the phone in the wall, it might conk out. I think I'll close down. I've had enough. I think I'm a bit exhausted, I'm afraid. So I'll see you all. Thanks very much for coming.